Hey guys and girls, I'm Allie, and today we are watching RWBY Volume 8, Episode 1, and it is called Divide, and it makes me scared. We all know that Divide is Salem's song, and we've waited a long time for this. We've waited for Volume 8, and I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I put RWBY on there to tell us we're ready. Are we ready, RWBY? No, we're not ready. I'm wearing my Yang shirt because that's the only RWBY shirt I own. But this is gonna be fun. Like I said, I'm scared. What I expect from the episode... I mean, the volume will be just like 2 or 3 days, right? So it shouldn't be... we're gonna get a little bit of downtime, hopefully, but it's gonna be intense. So honestly, I don't know why I'm even wearing this, because it's gonna get warm and... yeah. It's gonna get warm in Atlas, in Mantle. Sure. Okay, I think I've seen my mistake. But the episode is 18 minutes and 58 seconds long, which is basically a normal RWBY episode, so I guess that's fine. I'm very curious about the intro. So, because what I'm thinking might be is that the intro might be a lot more like the Volume 3 intro, because in Volume 3, especially like the latter half, we had a lot of like fighting and there's showdowns and all that, and I have a feeling we're gonna get this in this volume too. So, I don't know, I just hope they don't do it like starting slow or like happily, basically calm, and then rush into it like they did at Volume 3. It kind of always bothered me a little bit. But I would be fine with them just doing, you know, just being a little bit more darker with the tone, which is probably going to be the case. I'm curious if this will be once more like a villain song like we had in Volume 3 with When It Falls, or if it will be like, again, a song from our perspective, but a lot more darker maybe. But enough about the intro, because that's only gonna come at the end of the episode, which is called Divide, like I said before, I think, and well... Salem wants to divide everyone, and that scares me a little bit. But what doesn't? So, we saw a little bit of the sneak peeks. We saw motorcycles, which didn't have actual tires, so I don't know. We saw a few things in the trailer, but not a lot of context, so this is gonna be fun. Let's jump right in, won't we? Let's start with Volume 8. Wow, it's already Volume 8. I'm pumped. Episode 1. They're calling it episodes, right? I'm not... Yep, episode. They don't call it chapters anymore, but okay. Volume 8, Episode 1, Divide. It's gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Rooster Teeth. Already love the music. Someone cleaning the floor. Last time we had that Tyrion was arriving, so please don't let that be the case. Who was this person? Is that somehow important? But okay, we're following Cinder and Neo into the whale.
There.
Yes, there. Neo has never seen Salem before, right? That's all totally new to her. I mean, she's not gonna show that she's like scared or something, but I would be in her case. Are those docking bays? Well, that's a start. This whale is interesting. A whale with stairs. Yeah, for Neo it's all new. There she is.
My queen.
Yeah.
Cinder.
Were you able to prove yourself,
When
Cinder?
I chose you as my vessel for the maidens, I put my trust in you. So I trust that you wouldn't possibly return to me empty-handed.
She didn't.
The relic of knowledge.
She has the relic.
I took it right from under Ironwood's nose.
She? Yeah.
Outsmarting
I'm with
general
Neo.
speaks less to your intellect and more to his. After all, you were outsmarted by those children first.
And according to radio chatter, that same general and his forces outsmarted you. Shame Watts never made it back.
Yeah. He's imprisoned.
I'm afraid the doctor was a necessary sacrifice. I do hope this little one doesn't become another.
No, we're not giving up Neo. We're not.
Who is she?
Neapolitan has some very useful abilities and has proven to be
She
a
does.
valuable asset.
Asset.
You certainly do enjoy collecting assets.
Wow. Oh, and here are... Woo! New outfits! And here are the other assets, I wanted to say.
I knew you'd quiet.
New outfits.
So
Ooh.
devoted to
Like
someone
them.
so incompetent. Well, the good doctor.
I'm gonna have to
were
take a
advancing
closer look at
the
them
will
later.
of our goddess, dismembering the very body of this kingdom. You were merely atoning for past failures.
Polandina's
Sure.
creation interfered with the transfer of the Winter Maiden power. But now I know she
Yeah.
has it. And
Yeah,
once I return
she
to
does.
Atlas, it won't take long to finish what I started. That power
Let's hope
will
not,
be
because we
mine.
don't want to lose Penny.
I've given no such command.
Ooh. Not Salem's
Man,
wish.
Now is the time to...
This game is not yours to win, Cinder. It's mine.
Of course. We know her
Just
speeches.
because you're more valuable to me than a pawn does not make you a player.
Oh,
Everything
bird.
is already in motion.
So she's not a
All you
pawn.
need concern yourself with is your ability.
She's
to
just another
act
one of the
when
chess
I tell you
pieces.
to.
Of course. Without you, I am nothing.
Well. Fun. Salem put everyone in their place again. Just like she always does. Okay. Where are we now? A lot of faunus. Oscar! So, Oscar fell kind of there. Just take it. They're nice people. They seem like very nice people.
Heads up.
Let's hope those are our guys. Yep, that's
Need a
Ruby.
lift?
Yeah. Grima's still everywhere.
I was stupid to
Ooh,
think
you
the
can
general
already
would
see
listen.
how they changed the character model for Wise's
Every
hair.
choice I've made was the wrong one.
It looks way more natural now.
We all did what we thought was best.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you're all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you.
Maria, still herself.
Inside, hurry.
So they're working together with the huntresses. Well, I mean, Robin and Crow have been taken together.
I know. Sector
So-
3 is going to need the most help. I'm sending backup your way right now. Fiona, do you copy? We need transport from Sector 3 to the crater.
Copy.
Okay. Now all of them are fugitives. Fun. Wow, that means a lot. Just remember the hug we had in Volume 6.
When we heard you went off after Ironwood on your own, we...
That is so different.
How did you end up down in the slums?
It's a long story. I get the feeling there's been a few of those tonight.
Yeah, kind of. We left exactly
You're not going
where
to tell
we...
them.
Like,
You and I
we
are
started
done
where we left
talking
off. Wow.
Where's Crow?
Yeah, Crow's not there. It's a long story.
We don't know. Last we heard, he was with Robin, but
All right, your friend is back now. You ready to work? The largest Grim Horde ever seen is hovering over the tundra, and out there is a city full of people with no heat, and from what you told us,
Yeah.
no more military protection. And while we're happy to give you guys a place to lie low for a while, it's time to get those people some help.
Yeah,
How?
they need
Ironwood
help.
is stopping all evacuations to Atlas, and we can't get them out of the city with Salem's forces surrounding us.
The crater
Right.
beneath Atlas. It's not safe, but it's warm. And with everyone in one place,
Okay.
we can do a better job protecting them.
Is it like a half
May
shelter
can send you
thing
where you're
that
needed most. We've got
cold
to get
air
everyone
doesn't
down
get
into that
as well
crater
to
before
them?
nightfall. In the slums, we might have a chance.
Oh, so that's the slums. So that's
never going to
basically
sleep
where...
again.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
where
knew it.
Oscar was.
Either you're helping, or you're baggage.
Wow. But I agree with Weiss, you're probably not gonna get sleep.
We need to get out there
Not
and
for
do
this
what we
volume.
can for Mantle.
we need to
Okay.
do what we can for everyone. What about Amity? And telling the world about Salem? We can't do this
Watch.
alone. We need
Things
help.
people left
Ruby's
behind.
right. The Happy Huntresses are handling the evacuation better than we could.
And there's a bigger picture.
But Amity isn't even finished. It was still
Yeah.
under construction.
Doctor,
Can we
what
finish
would we
it?
need to launch Amity now?
We made decent progress on construction and fuel collection. All potentially manageable, but, Amity was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Okay.
Ruby.
So we
there
need
is
clearance.
No way Ironwood will
Yeah,
cooperate
no.
with us.
He's never gonna do that.
He doesn't have to. We just need the green light from his terminal, right?
You want to go back to
Are
the
they gonna break
academy?
in?
Yeah, actually,
Ah,
there
that's the
is
part we
more
saw.
than one terminal. The one in his
The
office
undercover part?
and one in the main Atlesian
People were
military
joking about it.
at the base of the city. You'd have to get into the compound somehow, then get inside the operations room, and then... Oh boy, I might need to think about this some more.
And just to clarify, this is the easy option?
Yes.
What you're saying is it
this
can't
is
be
the
done.
easy option.
It's pointless. And even if you got the message out, there's no guarantee help would come.
It's not pointless. Atlas is only Salem's current target. She's not hiding anymore, and once she's done here, she'll move on to the rest of Remnant. We need to warn them.
Ruby, when we came here, we said we'd follow your lead. But things haven't exactly worked out.
Whoa. That's harsh to hear from your sister, okay?
There are people here who need us right now. That's something we can actually do.
Ooh, I see what they're doing here.
Just Atlas. Ruby's right.
I see what they're
All of
doing.
Remnant. They need to know in Vacuo
And
Mistral,
Nora's
and
with
Veil
her.
what's coming, so they can prepare.
It's basically showing us who is where.
Get Amity up and running and evacuate Mantle.
But that's how Salem got this far, by dividing us. We have to stick together.
No. What Salem wants is to turn us against each
Yeah.
other. Just like this. John has a point. We can work separately and still be united.
Basically, divide and conquer.
Let me take the relic to Salem.
No.
And maybe she will call
No.
out her attack on the kingdom.
We're not doing this because you're gonna be in danger if you do.
The moment she uses the staff to create anything else, Atlas falls onto Mantle.
Nobody's turning you over to anybody. I think that's the one thing we could all agree on.
Yeah. We agree on that.
Okay. Then I guess we're going to Atlas. Can you help us get to that terminal?
I suppose
We can
someone
try?
needs to help you bypass security.
I'll go.
Penny, you seem so sad. Why are you so sad?
I'll go.
Ooh. Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
True
I'm going out
emotions
there to see what I could
that
do.
activate maiden powers. Yeah. Ooh.
Go by
Key.
the pharmacy. I was developing some new tools for you all before this happened.
And that's why we saw
You're gonna need 'em.
Yang, Ren, Jean, and Oscar
I'm going with Ruby.
with the
what
like
about
motorcycle things.
Oh, I'm saving Mantle. Because I actually believe we can do this.
Wow.
Hey, we're still united.
I hope so.
I can get Pietro out
Yeah,
to Amity
let's
to
hope.
repair, but that doesn't answer how we're getting all of you up to Atlas.
I might actually have an idea for
She has an idea? Everyone checking? Oh. Oh. Oh.
Hello, Penny. I'm worried for your safety. Tell me where you are, and I'll have you picked up right away. Atlas needs you, Penny. Salem is here.
She's not going anywhere until you change your mind about Mantle.
Wow.
There's still a chance for Remnant to
Mantle? You're still worried about Mantle?
Yes.
Remnant is doomed, Ruby. Unless we leave, Salem will destroy Atlas, and with it, any hope humanity has left. We need to think about the future. If she makes it through her defenses, everything that follows will be on your hands.
He's guilt-tripping them. Well, that's not the way to go. We have the Aesops. Do they know? Yes, they know. There's Winter.
Sir.
Yeah, the
prisoners
arm
arrived.
he injured.
They're being processed in Stockade B.
Okay.
Crow and Robin?
Yes. Probably. Winter, you look different. You look younger.
Could you give us the room, please?
Kind of. I like the hair.
I'll be fine.
It's different, but yeah, she's gonna need some time.
Thank you, Winter. I don't know what I would do without you. No one has ever seen a Grim Force this large before. The city's hard-light shields will hold, but not forever.
Yeah.
What will you do, sir?
Wait, you can't be in here.
This is absurd! Let us through!
The council people.
I am going to do everything I can to defend this kingdom.
Of course.
What?
Like always.
What do you think you're doing, James?
No matter the cost.
That sounds ominous.
Have you lost your damned mind? Are you that scared of what
He didn't just. He just, without warning, he just killed him? Why? What did that bring him? Like, what's the point? He's too far gone now.
For you.
Too far gone.
But first I need the one who can show me how. Bring him to me.
Yeah. Oscar. That's probably what it is. Now the intro? The intro. Ooh. Ooh. The lyrics are... There's so many interesting things here. And they're falling. Well, that was something. Just, taking on what I said before we watched the episode, where it was like, okay, maybe the intro is kind of like Volume 3. Yes, it's definitely as dark. But it's not from the perspective of the villains, it is from the perspective of the main characters. Just, pretty much hopeless. So, yeah, fun. This episode was an interesting start. We didn't have a battle. I think the only other time we didn't have a battle in the beginning was Volume 5. So, yeah. Let's just... what I wanted to say beforehand is just... I love the storytelling they did here. I don't know if you noticed that, but... first we had the scene with the villains, which is interesting indeed, because I think, like, starting with the villains hasn't been too much of a thing since Volume 4, right? I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, Volume 4 has been starting with the villains, and now in Volume 8 we do it again. We have that whole scene, and then it's basically like, you know, you have like this, Salem is watching Atlas and Mantle, and then you have that going into where we can see Oscar, who is being picked up by Ruby and all the others, and then we have after all that, we have the call from Ironwood, and then we go to the scene where Ironwood is. So it's basically, it's storytelling. And then the last scene was Salem still. They could have basically put it in between at the end of her scene, and then it would have fit even better, because then she would have like, bring him to me, and it would have been Oscar. But I see why they basically split it up a little bit, and to have a little bit more tension in the end. But I like how they did this. It seems very, I don't know how to say it, but it seemed very coordinated. They're getting good at this. So, yeah. Let's just go a little bit through it all, like I always do with first episodes, I guess. I mean, last time I did it with the first episode, and then I didn't really. Okay, first question. Who are you? And are you gonna be important, or is this just showing something? Because I want to know. There are probably already theories out there. Like, I don't want to say anything in case it's not true and then I seem like a dumb person. So I'm just gonna leave it here, and with the question of, are you important or are you not? And then we have the whole scene, Neo and Cinder arriving at Salem's. Yeah, that whale. First of all, question. Did she have, like, okay, Salem has control over the Grimm. Did she have to build the whale? Like a castle? Was she like interior designing it? Like, let's have the docking base here. Let's have that part here. Let's have my throne here. Was she able to do it like that? Because that sounds like fun. But yeah, that scene, very tense to start with. We have a lot of Neo focus here, which is interesting because, of course, Neo is not saying anything, and her gestures and her expressions are the important ones. And whenever there's a scene where Neo is in, but they don't focus on her, that just means it's not really important how she reacts right now. But here in this scene, I noticed that they showed her quite a lot, and they made it a pretty important piece, how she reacted to things. Especially, like, okay, there was the thing with, I hope you haven't come empty-handed, and Cinder's like, I got the relic, and Neo's like, bitch please, I got the relic for you. Don't tell lies. But of course she cannot really say it, you know. And Tyrion is calling her like hopefully she doesn't have to be a sacrifice, and Neo doesn't seem happy about that. So I'm really curious about that. It seems to come closer and closer, like the part where Neo will finally like be, nope, I'm gonna leave this. I'm not gonna help you anymore. So this is interesting. And yes, then we have, let's just go to, there was this one shot where we could basically see them all three together. Yeah. Okay. First of all, it's been some time, so those outfit changes were necessary. Just my opinion. Okay, Hazel, first of all, what happened to your hair? I think I liked the hair better last, like what it was before. And I'm scared of Hazel now. I know he's basically, like, he's a nice guy. He only hurts people if he has to hurt people. But I'm scared now because those muscles scare me a lot. He's really showing them off now, doesn't he? And, well, yeah, he seems a lot more, like, confident and showing off, like, his muscles, the scars, especially the scars, which makes me think maybe a little bit of character development, a little bit more of a, like, initiative he's taking, maybe, I don't know. Then Mercury. What I like from like Mercury's outfit are especially two things. One thing, I like the jacket. Like, his first outfit it was more like he had bracers or stuff like that, and then he had like the t-shirt kind of stuff. But now he has a jacket, and honestly, a really cool jacket. I like it. He also has like his sign. First of all, I was like, that looks a little bit like Crow, but now I recognize, yeah, it's the shoe with the wings. It's the typical Hermes Mercury sign, basically. That's one thing I like, the jacket. The other thing I like is how they put in more colors, because usually it was just black and gray, and that's it. And they put in like those little highlights. First of all, this, not really blue, but like this blue-gray, and then the orangey highlights, which I really like because they're kind of picking it up and making it a little bit more substantial. His hair is also a little bit different, right? It seems different. You'll have to see about that. Emerald. Emerald's hair is not different. Emerald's hair is still the same, but her outfit is very different. She's a lot more, like, concealed. But honestly, I like it. It suits her. Like, she has this kind of jacket. I think a few characters already had some sort of like those jackets that were like cropped. I mean, I would have to like see how it's in like full. But it's still her color scheme. It's still the white with the mint, and what I really love about it is the necklace. It's just a plain necklace, but it complements her eyes so well, and I love it. I'm in love with this necklace. Yeah, it's okay. Her jacket is cropped, and yeah, I don't really know about like the pant bottoms, like the wide openings there. I don't know about that. It makes her look a little bit like a cowboy. But or cowgirl, okay. But yeah, other than that, I really like her new outfit. So moving on from this, we have Salem's speech, and it is so much like Salem's speeches before. We had one of them in volume 6. We had one of them in volume 4. It's always this menacing, like, you're just people that I move around on my chessboard. I'm the one who coordinates everything, and you have to accept that. And that's basically always the message, is in different ways, but it's the same. It's always the same. And then we have Cinder saying, like, I'm nothing without you, or like, without you I'm nothing, or something like that. Yeah. And she also said, like, Salem said that she's more important than a pawn, but she can't consider herself a player, which is, that's a burn, okay? But that means that Cinder is some sort of other figure. I don't know, do we have, like, is she a bishop, or what else could she be? Because, I mean, yeah, she should be the queen, right? Because she had that queen piece. And the queen might be a very important piece, but it's still a piece. It's not the player. So that makes sense. She is the queen piece, but she's not a player. She's still being moved around. Fun. Yeah. And then we have, yeah, the whole team, basically. then we have the scene with Oscar, and there are a lot of faunus there. I guess they're like outcasts, probably not accepted really by society. Would make sense. I hope we see them again. I mean, we're going to the slums, right? Maybe we'll see them again. And he's like, he has like, I'm not good at animals, but are those like mole hands? It would make sense with his glasses too, right? Mole or sloth, but I think sloths have even like more, I don't know, I think it's a mole. But yeah, we've seen like fox and everything else. And they're nice people, they're very nice people. And then Oscar is being picked up. And then we have the whole talk, like, okay, they're working together with the huntresses. That's basically, okay, the hug. Very important thing to say about that. Just remember how Nora hugged Oscar in volume 6, where she was like, cute boy, Oz, and just running ahead and just tackling him to the ground. She's changed. And this hug, first of all, shows that there was a lot more concern. And second of all, shows her character development. She's not as bubbly happy anymore as she was. And we know that her initial bubbly personality was most likely caused by trauma. And she was like trying to be happy all the time. And I feel like now she's maturing. She's not trying to hide it anymore. Which is kind of sad if you think about it. I hope she gets to be happy again at some point. But you can really see how she developed. And yeah. And then we have the whole talk. Yeah, so we divide and conquer, basically. I love what they did with this, because you have that in a lot of like movies, like, okay, heist movies probably too, action movies, usually, where there's a plan, and they talk about the plan. And while they're talking, this plan is happening on screen. They didn't do it exactly like this because the plan didn't happen yet. That's going to be episode 2, I guess. But what I want to say to that is they're showing us the teams, basically. While they were like talking about it, they're showing how it will be later. And first of all, when they showed Yang and the whole stuff and like the people left behind, all that stuff, I thought maybe it was like a memory, but it didn't make really sense. And then I was just like, okay, now it makes sense. We're just showing off basically the beginning of the plan, when they come together in their separate teams, which are different teams than the teams we already basically know, but you know what I mean. I like how they did this. They gave us a little bit more visualization to understand what was happening, instead just everyone talking, which is very easy to like go into if you're like, okay, we have a few minutes of just talking, let's just have them standing there. And I like that they solved it another way. So one team is gonna go help Mantle, the other one is indirectly gonna help Mantle by trying to start up the Amity Coliseum and give the clearance. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. Which will basically... Yeah, the teams also... The motorcycle gang, basically. Yeah. Yang, Jean, Ren, and Oscar. We saw the scene, and we also saw a scene where they prepared for battle, so this is probably gonna be next episode, both of it. So that was my question. Why aren't the others there? That was my question when we got the sneak peek, and now everything of that has been solved. So we know why the others aren't there. We know that they divided into 2 teams, and I have to agree with Oscar there. I think Oscar said it. They are basically divided in groups, but they're still working together in some way. Let's just hope that it doesn't get too much out of hand. So let's hope that they can still all work together at some point. From the intro, it seems like they might still get together. Even though I have a feeling we might be in those groups for quite a while this volume. Right, they're just talking about this, teaming up. Yeah, Penny, her maiden powers, emotions. She seems so stern there. Okay, I think I have to take a little screenshot, and it's done already, because that is a nice look on her. Like, not nice, but like it seems so intense, and wow. But yeah, then we have Weiss had an idea to bring them all up, but then Ironwood called. Fun! And he's guilt tripping our girls. And I don't want him to do that, because Penny's already feeling sad as she is. She was already, like, ready to go to Salem and be like, here I am, here's the relic, please leave us alone. And she would have been destroyed, because that's just how it would be. Yeah, and like I said, I love the transition of like, okay, we had the call from Ironwood, and now we have the scene, not exactly starting with Ironwood, but you know what I mean. Like, it's basically the place where he is. So it's a transition of, okay, we're going to Atlas now. Yeah, the Aesop's, yeah, they just lost someone. Marrow seems very exhausted and sad, and Vine doesn't show too much, but he isn't happy either. Elm is like a mixture of sad and angry, and Harriet's just angry. Harriet's just angry. Nothing else. And then we see Ironwood. Of course, his arm that he injured during the fight. And then we see Winter, who's trying to recover, and like I said before, the hair in the ponytail, it makes her look younger. It makes her actually look like the age she is, like in her 20s. It's less restrained. Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do everything, and whoops, he shoots Councilman Sleet, right? And that was Camilla, right? If I remember right. Okay. Ironwood's acting thing, like, just the way he does stuff, it makes sense in some way. He's doing what he thinks is best. In the beginning, like, he had, and maybe still has, the right thing in mind in some way. But just straight up shooting him? Like, just going there, poof, gone? He's too far gone. I don't believe he will never turn back to what he was before. He's just gonna tumble down that path. That's just how it will be. Sad, but I have a feeling he's not gonna make it through the volume. Yeah. We have especially focus on Winter and Harriet, so I have a feeling those two will... I mean, especially, like, from the Aesop's, Harriet seems like the most like taking initiative and stuff. Then we have the scene, which is a little bit disgusting, but hey, and Salem wants Oscar to be brought to her, I guess. Fun! And then we get into the intro, which is interesting. I haven't had, like, I haven't memorized too much of the lyrics, but there was something about, like, some roses never bloom or something, and I'm just like, okay, fun stuff. I will have to look through the lyrics and listen to the song over and over again. Hopefully learn it by next time. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna talk about the lyrics of the song, of the intro, a little bit more next time, because I don't want to have this video be more than an hour long. So let's just go step by step through the intro, just without music. Yeah. Okay, first of all, it's kind of in a way similar to what we had in the Volume 3 intro with, okay, it's calm, and then, whoo, grim. But it's different. We already know that the Grimm are there, so it's not like the surprise effect. But they're showing us, like, okay, glitch, and then there's Grimm. The glitch stuff is also very fitting to Atlas, so I can get behind that. And they're doing it a few times more. And then they have Ruby and the others. So, I have already heard that this intro was supposed to be a little bit different than the others, and I can see it in the visuals. So, they're showing off a lot more 3D, I have a feeling. And also it seems a lot more, we're gonna go into this later in the intro too, it's more like what we see in anime a lot, even though anime is usually 2D and they're doing it in like 3D stuff, but the notion of seeing a person like in a showcase, like this is our character, but in the background you can see another character who's usually facing the other direction, facing away from the camera, and then either there's like a tilt or a cut and you can see the other person. That's a lot of what they did with this intro. And right now it's kind of similar. We have Ruby, our main character, and then we have the others. No Penny though. It's only basically, yeah, Oscar, then Weiss, Blake, Yang, the Ruby order, and then Jean, Nora, Ren, which is also the order they were usually in. Right. And then I really like that visualization, because we have our girls basically fighting, and then there's like this transparency, and we can see memories, which I find really nice. Like here we have that's the scene from Volume 3, right? In the beginning where she was visiting her mother's grave. Because like the sunset and all that was the Monty tribute scene basically. And I just saw, oh, so cute. I don't know if you can see this because it's gonna be pretty small in my video, but if you can like see that on her pocket, little doggo. Is that a little Zwei? Sorry, I just love that so much. Okay, we see the memory of Volume 3, the beginning scene. Then we have Weiss. This seems to be her Volume 5 character short, probably. Or if I think about it, it could also just be like, that is what happened before RWBY started. It could also be, if you think about it. Because that was before Volume 1. And we don't know for sure if the scene with Ruby was the Volume 3 opening scene or if it was just another scene. Then we have Blake's scene is the one we see in her trailer, which is basically also before Volume 1, so it could be both. It could be just random, like, pieces of memory that we have seen in the show already, but it could also just be before everything started, basically. Yeah, and then we have Yang with Swion patch. I really like that they used her hair. Like the gesture. Sometimes I'm doing it like that, but sometimes I'm actually doing the same gesture, not that way, but that way, as Yang does right now, which makes it so relatable right now. Well, but yeah, it could just be before everything began stuff. And I really like that visualization, because there's a lot of fan art already doing stuff like that, so interesting take. Then we have the same with Atlas inside of Ironwood, basically. First in calm times and then not so. Then we have Clover. Basically all the people in the leaves. And Harriet and Crow are basically in, like, sharing one petal, basically. Which makes me think, is Harriet gonna blame Crow? She might. And they might be kind of like, there might be animosity between them. Which would explain the visualization. I can't speak even. Then we have Robin, and they're obviously in jail, and then we have Oscar, and that is creepy, okay? Salem with, like, wings, and, you know, just those eyes seem so empty, okay? Like, super empty. And that makes me scared too. Then we have the weapons, and then, yeah, what I said before. We have Jean, and then Ren and Nora standing there in the background. And now we have Ren and Nora standing there in the background. Ren doesn't seem happy. And then we're gonna have Nora and Ren in the background. And Nora turns, and there's lightning and snow, and she seems shocked, which makes me scared for Ren. Because if something's gonna happen to Ren, Nora's gonna be shocked. Or it's just because they're basically on different teams now. I don't know. And then we have Voice and Winter. Like I said, I love the hair. Winter's hair. Then we have a little bit more of Whitley and Willow. And then a glyph, which is pew, shattering, fun. Salem and her chess pieces, of course. And Ironwood doesn't have any chess pieces. He doesn't. He just doesn't. Then we had Watts right now and Pietro. And what I like about this scene, yeah, the mirror images basically are not reflections per se. They're more like reflections of themselves, of their inner thoughts. And having the mirror, like, not really shatter. Does it shatter? No, it doesn't shatter, but it, like, cracks for Penny. Says a lot, like it's symbolism for herself not really being sure who she is and who she wants to be, probably. So, poor Penny. Then we have a snowflake. Ren being like, okay, if I think about it, yeah. So, Ren has the snowflake, is sad. Then the others come. He's a little bit happier. Has like this weak smile. before we saw Nora turning around and there was like this lightning, but there was also snow, so maybe that just shows us, okay, that snowflake does symbolize Nora, because now we have like a petal, which is probably like a lotus flower petal, or is supposed to be that, symbolizing Ren, and Nora is like sad, and then the others come and she's not so sad anymore. Just the parallel here. I have a feeling we're gonna focus a lot on that, about the Ren and Nora being kind of divided stuff. I hope they're gonna be happy at some point. I just need them to be happy. And then they stand together, so I have hope that they will fight together. And I really like that, because it's just Ruby and Yang being like, yep, sis, we're gonna kick some ass now. And then they fight, and fight, and fight, and whoops. Everything's... I like that, because it has a feeling of those, like, there are sometimes, like, some movies that have those special effects sometimes. I just recently rewatched The Greatest Showman, where they had this at some point, where they weren't, like, really motionless, but in slow motion, while other people were still, like, moving around. So it kind of reminds me of that. And yeah, Cinder is there. And then there are Neo and Emerald. Emerald doesn't seem happy, Neo doesn't seem happy. And they're standing there. Like, they're standing together there. Not with Salem and the others, but closer to, like, our teams, like to Ruby, Weiss, Yang, Blake, Oscar, Jean, Ren, and Nora. They're way closer to them. And they seem to be a little bit more, well, away from everyone else. Which makes me hope that Neo's gonna say, okay, we're gonna end this now. We're not gonna work for them anymore. And Emerald is gonna be disappointed by Cinder because she doesn't pay attention to her, and be like, okay, we're gonna do this, and they're gonna desert them together, hopefully. I'm up for that. I would gladly see that. And then we have yeah, the other guys. Merc seems more like in the team now, less like an asset, and more like actually part of it, because he's a lot closer to Salem in the intro, which makes me think if there's gonna be like if there's gonna be a divide between Emerald and Mercury, and Emerald's being like, nope, I'm gonna leave, and Mercury's just like, and I'm gonna stay and just do my thing. Would make sense. And then we have Salem, the relics, and glitches again. And the whole team, and then they're falling when it falls. And then we have the happy, and then happy ever after is like never again. That's dark. And then this last picture is also like, I like that very much, because that's basically what we started with, didn't we? Like in the red trailer, we have the moon, we have the scythe, and we have the rose petals, and we have like an icy, cold surrounding. So yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna rewatch and listen to the song and try to get the lyrics down and all that. But I'm gonna talk about it next time. I think we talked about it a lot already, and I see this video is coming close to an hour. So, on this note, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.